gang, my name is Danny Bullock. I'm the chief instructor here at the Radford Racing School. I want to first off say thank you very much for coming out to this great event and welcome. This school, a little bit of history, we've been in business for over 56 years. You may have remembered it being called the Bob Bondurant School of High Performance Driving. Same facility, same instructors, different name, different ownership. We've got a new vision now to carry on that legacy. But what we're doing for today is that we're here to highlight the brand new Dodge Charger. Right? And so we're going to give you an opportunity to drive these cars in a little bit more aggressive mode. You had a chance to do the street drive. Now you're going to have a chance to do some track driving. You're going to have an opportunity to go out and do some drifting with these things if you want. We're going to do a demonstration. If you want to give it a shot, we can let you have a shot. And then we're also going to give you a chance to go down to the drag strip and try these on the quarter-mile drag strip at the Christmas tree. Phenomenal time. So before we get started, I just want to give you guys some brief information that's going to help enhance the experience you're going to have here, right? So the biggest things that we talk to every driver about when they come take a full class is we talk a lot about keeping their vision up, elevating your eyes, looking farther up and way out. It gives you two big benefits. Number one, you can see a lot more of your environment. Number two, it gives you a better sense of how fast you're traveling. If you're staring at the bumper of the car in front of you, you don't get a lot of view of what's going on around you, and you don't get a chance to really observe useful reference points. On a racetrack, I'm always using reference points to help guide me when I would brake or when I would turn in for a corner, when I should be accelerating, right? And so if I'm looking up and out, that's going to help me with that. The other thing is rate of closure. When you're looking up, you can assess that much better. You know, if you're looking right up the hood of the car, things appear to come at us very quickly. We tend to brake inaccurately. Most of the time we brake way too aggressively for a corner. You brake really hard, and then when you finally look up, you're like, oh man, I slowed down too much. Well, now you can't do anything about it at that point except for say, well, next time I'll try not to do that. But in addition to looking ahead, we talk so much about keeping your eyes looking where you want the car to go. Now that doesn't mean simply looking out the windshield. If you've got a corner that comes way over here, you want to be looking through that turn. As you're coming into a corner, if you're starting to look, what you're doing is you're gaining information. You're thinking to yourself, well, how am I going to get to that corner? How much brake does it take? How much steering is this going to need? How much speed should I really be carrying into this corner? Now, those answers are in the turn. If you're staring out of the windshield, you're not going to get as much of that information, right? And so elevate your eyes, look ahead, keep your eyes looking where you want the car to go. Avoid becoming a victim of what we call target fixation. It affects all of us as human beings. It's looking at that one thing we didn't want to hit. If you go a little wide on the track, people are like, oh, am I going to go off the edge? If you start looking at the edge, where are you going to go? Off the edge. That's what happens, right? And so even if the car feels like it's doing something that you don't necessarily want it to do, keep your eyes focused on where you do want that car to go. And it will increase the likelihood of the car going there. But your vehicle can't go in this direction if you're going to drive somewhere else. Anybody here ride anything with two wheels? Motorcycle, bicycle? Okay. You think about it, you have to lean, you have to initiate some body language, but that's all following your eyes. You look, and that's what tells you how much you need to lean. We have to do the same thing with the car. There's a lot less body language affiliated between us and the car to do that with something that has four wheels. But the visual piece is absolutely crucial. That is the one thing that we hope everybody leaves here at the school with, is a better sense of vision. These cars are very well balanced. So they've got very even weight distribution between front and rear with the way that platform is designed, right? Now, I'll tell you, these cars can do a lot for you. They have an all-wheel drive system. They handle phenomenally well. They're very well balanced. The suspension is tuned to do what we're about to do out here on the track. And so you'll get a chance to feel that, experience it, right? Keep that in mind as you're going through each of the different modules that we're doing, whether it's the track, the drift, or the drag strip. You're trying to think about your eyes. You're trying to think about what that balance needs from you as a driver. One of the things that we truly teach here is we teach car feel. I tell people all the time, the name of the school shouldn't be Radford Racing School. It should be Radford Car Control School. Because that's really what we teach. And we want you to initiate a little bit of that into these experiences, right? So think about it as you're driving. If you feel like the car's not doing something that you want it to do, reconsider what you're doing. Are you getting on the gas or in throttle too aggressively, right? So if you're just mashing that thing, it's going to make the car misbehave. Any car will do that. So you want to be nice and smooth with your inputs. On the throttle, on the brake, even your steering. You don't want to yank the wheel. You don't stab the brake. You do things in a swift but smooth motion, okay? Now, what are we doing? We're going to do a lead follow session.